parking light. So shoulder bag actually fits perfectly on the back here. It is 3:36, but let's hit the road. It's gonna be a great ride because there's gonna be no one out at this time, and let's have a fun trip. To start off the morning, we went up, hopping onto the 5 North. That's just going to take us past LA, all the way up to the Grapevine. Is the straight shot to the Grapevine and then over it. We start out with passing the Citadel, as you can see on the right. It's one of the outlets on the way up to LA. It's one of the places that if you're in Orange County, you use as a reference to getting closer to LA. Those lights over there on the left is the trains for LA, and then off the distance you can kind of see the skyline of the LA city. But going up to the Grapevine takes about maybe an hour or so, give or take, to get there from my house, and then about an hour or so to get over. Now that could have been a lot quicker because we're leaving at this time, at basically being on the road at 4 in the morning. But for me, it took about a little over 2 hours or so to get up and over into Bakersfield. The 5 takes you all the way up over the pass, and the Grapevine gets up to an elevation of about 4,160 feet, I believe. So you do have some temperature changes when you're getting up there. It does get cold on some bits and parts of it, but for the most part for this ride, I had a flannel on that's got some gear in it, and I had no issues. There were sometimes it did get really chilly just for moments, but it did go and pass. Like cool and warm spots in a pool, it was kind of strange. It's pitch black out, and you feel like you're the only person in the entire world when you're up there, especially being on a bike with no other people around. It's kind of wild. And here you can just see the stretch it takes to get up over the Grapevine. You're going up for at least half an hour, if not more. Once you come down over the Grapevine, ended up hopping on the 99, which would take us over to the cafe that we're trying to get to. Now the issue with getting to the cafe is that there was construction and the navigation on the bike wasn't picking that up. So I went the wrong way twice, and I'm leaving in some audio so you guys can hear my frustration, just because it delayed me about maybe 20 minutes of getting to the spot and getting to breakfast. And it was just frustrating because I did it 2 times in a row, and I just could not believe that I actually did that. I've gone the wrong way twice now. I've gone on 2 wrong freeways. I just want to eat. But we're close. 4 minutes away, it says. But we will see if that's actually going to happen if I don't take the wrong freeway again. The problem is that to hop on the one part of the exit that I need to get onto, it jumped me into another freeway, taking me inland, and I had to jump on the freeway back. And then trying to jump on the freeway to get me back onto the regular 99, it made me pass and loop and take it going down south the 99. So I had to go back a mile or 2, jump on, turn around, and try and go back the same way up the north 99. And I accidentally took the same exit again. Alright, so finally made it off. I guess it's because they're doing construction, but holy mackerel, I went the wrong way once and then got back on the right side and then did the exact same thing. Oh, I feel like a freaking idiot. Oh, let's grab some grub and rejuvenate my spirits. So we're at Donna K's Cafe in Bakersfield, obviously. I just looked it up on breakfast places and diners that are open because I was supposed to be here before 6, and it's a little bit. Oh, it's 6. I'm supposed to make it here at It's 5:38, and I missed my exit 2 freaking times. So I only got myself to blame, but whatever. The navigation wasn't used to all the construction they're doing, I guess. But anywho, let's go grab some grub. Breakfast is finished. Gonna go grab some gas, and then on the road we go. Now after getting some good food in me, refilling the bike, hopped on the 99 for a bit, and then basically took us over to the 65, which we're on for a long stretch of ways. It's a lot of kind of just open farmland. Hopping on the 65, it takes us up all the way up until we're gonna get to the 198. It's basically 2-lane highway. It's a very straight shot, no turns or anything like that. A little bit of farm life and a little bit of orchards once we get a little closer to the mountains, but otherwise you're just kind of chilling, and I got to enjoy a very beautiful sunrise, the farmland. So it was super pretty. Once you get to the 198, it's a little bit more twisty and turny. You start to go up and pass a couple different things, thankfully. It's a little bit more mountainous, and basically it's going to take you up towards the national park, passing Lake Kiwa. I think I'm saying that right. But that part was absolutely gorgeous. There's a meadow or a valley down there that had a little river running through it, and the GoPro just does not do it justice. It was absolutely stunning. I'd love to ride the bike down there and check it out. Once you're kind of getting closer to the national park, you kind of know, because you start to go through like these little towns. There's some gas stations. You can get gas before you get to the park, which I would recommend, just because it's always good to have a full tank when you go into the park, and there's going to be limited gas stations around. So it was a fun ride. It was a little more twisty, nothing crazy, but flew really well through there to get to the national park. Museum or something like that?
Yeah. Drive Forest Museum, 45 minutes up the road.
Okay.
Hold on to the receipt. It's valid for 7 days.
Okay, thank you. Now, getting to the national park, one of the cool things is it's only $30 for motorcycles, and that $30, it lasts a week for the pass. So once you do your entry fee, that lasts you about 7 days, so you can go back to the park if you're local for the next week if you are paying to go in. And one thing I would have done in hindsight is that I would have gotten the national park pass. It's only 80 bucks and it gets you to all the national parks, so that's a pretty good deal compared to the 30 bucks. So in hindsight, I definitely would go back and get that. The roads were nice and flowy all the way up to the national park, and specifically in the national park where I was heading for the Giant Forest Museum because I was heading up to a wedding up there. Like our friend at the front station, the park ranger said, it's about 45 minutes up. I think I got there a little quicker. We won't say how quick, but getting up there, the road at the beginning part of the park when you first enter is nice and windy, nice and flowy, but the further in you get, you hit some heavy twisties. Twisties that you need to take in first gear basically, because the way I rolled it out, if I was going about 25, or if the sign says 25 miles an hour, then I could be in second gear or a little bit above that. If it said 10 or 15 miles an hour for a turn, I was in first gear taking that turn. And I learned real quickly that I had to focus on my lines and really pay attention, because the turns were almost like more than a U-turn at some point. So very tight turns, and with cars going the other way every once in a while, and just a ledge and a cliff on the other side, learned how to take those a little bit better. But it was a beautiful ride all the way up. I really enjoyed it, and I'm gonna stop talking and just let you guys enjoy the rest of the video and enjoy this riding footage. So hope you guys enjoy.